Forward paddle, forward paddle. All right, right turn, right back, right turn, right back.
The North Fork of the Smith is a premier wilderness run. That has always brought the very most dedicated, persistent rafters and paddlers that were searching for this just special place.
The thing that strikes me more than anything is that geology is just so unique that you feel like you're a world away from where you really are.
If you've ever traveled from Oregon down Redwood Highway 199 into California, chances are the Smith River has caught your attention. It's a river surrounded by every possible shade of green and is best known for the giant redwoods of Jedediah Smith Redwoods State Park.
We're in the rainiest place in the country. We get 80 to 100 inches of rain on average in the heart of the Smith River area. It's incredible green lushness.
But hidden from view, not far away, the river's North Fork is like an entirely different world.
You go over two ridges and it looks like you're in the desert. And when I tell people that who are visiting, they barely believe me. I'm like, no, it looks more like you're in some Southwest desert canyon, just a couple of mountain ridges over.
How is it possible that such a barren landscape exists in a rainforest that grows some of the tallest trees on Earth? To find out, we joined a team of geologists and raft guides on a trip into the North Fork's remote canyon. The only way to see the North Fork is from a boat, which meant enlisting the help of a local legend.
Bill Gates can't afford an office as pretty as mine, and he doesn't get to hang out with as nice of people. My name's Brad Camden. They call me Barefoot Brad. I've been the only shuttle provider for the last 32 years on the North Fork of the Smith River. I've been to 7 countries, and I haven't seen a cleaner river. You know, people come from all over, literally all over the world to float this river. I kind of feel like the gatekeeper to paradise.
Most trips on the North Fork start here in Gasky, California, where Brad's unusual house is a beacon to every boater looking for a shuttle.
Sir paddles a lot. It's the triple tower place with a suit of armor holding the kayak paddle. There's only one like it, so they know right where to go.
Each morning, Brad travels from his house to the North Fork to measure the river's level.
My office in the morning, checking the gauge. The river's at 10 feet 11 inches right now.
The Smith is the largest completely undammed river system in California. Because of that, river levels are volatile, rising to dangerous levels in the blink of an eye. Brad's morning reports have become vital to boaters looking to safely run the river.
Reading the gauge every morning is really important because if it's too high, it's dangerous. If it's too low, there's no trail down the side of the river. So there's just a really narrow window of prime water, and anything else out there will get you hurt.
But for our trip in the middle of April, the stars aligned.
Beautiful sunny day to have the river right and sunshine at the same time. That doesn't happen very often. Should be a perfect day on the river.
After a 2-hour shuttle ride, we arrived at our put-in, near where the river crosses from Oregon into California. The North Fork is no mellow float. The river is rated Class 4, an expert-level stream, in a remote area where any mishap can mean calamity.
Just coming out of the Redwall Gorge. So
Luckily, our leaders include Adam Spencer, one of the only commercial rafting outfitters on the Smith River, and Will Volpert, who grew up in a family of river guides.
As a kid, it was the only life I knew, and I loved it. My parents got us to the point where we could row boats on a lot of their trips, and they would send us off on 6-day adventures as young as 13 or 14. This is Scout Rapid. It's the very first Class 4 rapid on the North Fork of the Smith. One of the cool things about this rapid is that depending on the flow, there's many different routes that you can take. I'm thinking about just running right here. Where are you thinking of going? It's always a good idea to pull over and take a look at it before you drop in. Oh, all right.
Forward paddle. Forward paddle. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Good job. Woo!
Once we come through the Redwall Gorge, then we got 3 miles of class 3 coming up before we hit some more 4s.
In between rapids, we finally had a chance to take in the scenery.
It's just so cool to be in a place that looks more like the desert when we're completely in the climate of the temperate rainforest of the Pacific Northwest. Sometimes we like to call it North Fork, Arizona, you know?
So how did we go from a forest of giant redwoods in the morning to a desert-like canyon this afternoon? In a nutshell, geology.
It comes back to the serpentine, which creates a toxic environment for most plants. And so
Dylan Caldwell, our team's geologist, explained how plate tectonics had forced rocks from the bottom of the ocean onto the land, forming a combination of minerals that make it difficult for many plants to grow.
It's relatively a barren landscape compared to the lush rainforests that we have surrounding us, like the redwood forest just to the south. And so it's actually interesting, if you look at a Google Earth image of the North Fork watershed, it stands out in stark contrast to all the lush forests around. And so the few plants that can actually thrive in this environment are strange. They have interesting evolutionary traits that allows them to survive here. And so the most infamous one is the pitcher plant, or the Darlingtonia.
The soil is so poor that the Darlingtonia eats insects just to get the nutrients it needs.
This tube is how they really catch insects. There's a little entrance here where insects can crawl in and go down here, and they're attracted to some sweet smelling kind of fluids that are in the base. And the insects crawl down, and there's hairs that prevent them from crawling back up, and they get stuck and they're digested.
While the North Fork's geology might be toxic for plants, it's also responsible for the river's striking color.
The water clarity of the North Fork Smith River is quite exceptional, and the main factor controlling that is the lack of soil on the hill slopes. And so when it rains, that rainwater quickly goes from the hill slopes straight into the channel and doesn't pick up very much fine sediment, which dirties the water. And so then when you have this remarkably clear water, it's able to reflect the greens and blues that we see.
And all that water rushing downhill also creates the North Fork's iconic collection of waterfalls.
We like to count waterfalls as we're going down and usually get somewhere between 70 and 100. There's one spot where you can see about 8 waterfalls in one view that people sometimes call the Avenue of the Waterfalls.
Right turn! And forward paddle hard!
It was shaping up to be a perfect day on the North Fork. We had sunny skies, warm weather, and clean lines through all the rapids. But then it happened.
We had just finished lunch. We were kind of getting back on the job, getting to the side, brushed on a rock that was just below the surface, and instantly heard.
We're at the bottom of a rapid right now, and we just found out that one of our boats upstream has a hole in it, and we're a little bit short on daylight. We wouldn't be able to get to the road tonight, probably, so we're out in the middle of nowhere right now. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to roll that boat, throw it on another boat, and then kind of redistribute some of the folks. So who's left? Who needs a seat?
We discovered that a one-person cataract can actually hold 3 people if you don't have a choice.
Dr. Strangelove!
The boat is not as responsive as it once was.
With daylight fading, we reached the end of the run at the confluence of the North and Middle Fork of the river, albeit with a cozier group of passengers and one less boat.
Oh yeah, we've got a few more passengers. Pick these guys up. They were hitching a ride. But all of us are taking out together, so that's always the sign of a good trip.
Great people just doing their thing in their own Northwesty way. We love bringing you stories like this. Support what you love. OPB.org/video.